So, a pair of really nice proof cents sold on Great Collections yesterday. And just like the 42 Jefferson nickel, I kept my eye on these two because there hadn't been examples of proof 70 early 80s Lincoln cents that have made their way into the market. Usually you'll see them maybe once a year, maybe once every 2 years. That's how tough they are in this particular grade. Now, I'm gonna preface a video I did last week regarding the rarity of pre-1984 Lincoln cents in proof 70. I talked about some of the newer material, some 1985 and up, how you could purchase those particular coins in proof 70 in PCGS plastic for under 30-40 bucks. Which is a comparative bargain in today's market because you have perfect coins, command a lot of money, and they're a great conversation piece. Whether you're at the show circuit or you're talking amongst friends, or you're sharing them on the social media platform out there. But once we get earlier than 1984, things get really crazy in terms of being able to find quality pieces in proof sets that you could confidently send to a third-party grader like PCGS or NGC in the hopes of getting a proof 70 grade. Again, proof 70 is the penultimate grade in numismatics. Okay, it's perfect. Okay, there's no proof 71, 72, none of that stuff. So, up first, okay, we have this 1981S. All right, this is one of two coins that I'm going to highlight here for you, as opposed to doing two separate videos. I'm going to combine them all because they're all relevant, and it just I don't want to seem repetitive by making two videos. But the first one is the 1981S. This one is a proof 70 by PCGS that's sold to the tune of $2,137.50. The price to a, let's say, a 1986 or a 1987 proof 70, it's about 100 times the value. Okay, if those coins sold in the $20 to $25 arena in perfect 70, and then you have this 81S that's sold for nearly 100 times that, it's crazy. It's insane, but it's also very exciting because these are coins that are out there. I could honestly say that the lesser desirable proof sets of the 70s and 80s are out there in droves. Okay, the mint made quite a few of them in spite of their somewhat lower mintage numbers, but anybody that knows anybody knows that they probably have a stack of these somewhere hidden in a box somewhere, thinking that they're not worth a whole lot. All right, and in the case of this coin, of course, you do have to send it in and get it graded, but nonetheless, it's a truly remarkable example. And what I'm going to do for you guys is at the end of the video, if you stay tuned, I'm going to go ahead and have the auction numbers through Great Collections posted there, so that way you can go, if you want to look at the auction listings for yourself, you can do so. So a little bit of information on this coin right here. PCGS has graded 4,455 examples, and that's running through all of the proof grades that were assigned for this coin, and there are only 16 pieces that graded out a perfect 70. So it's a really minuscule small percentage of the total amount of coins graded for this date. Just gives you a general idea of the sheer rarity of the grade for this coin. Again, it's going to be a coin that exhibits watery mirror black fields along with absolutely perfect frosty deep cameo devices. Okay, those are two of the big stipulations in order to get a coin graded as such. Now keep in mind, there's a few spots on the screen on this particular photo, and the same is going to be for the 1982S, but those little spots are on the slab. Okay, you can't really take a really clear picture if there's a little scuffs, scrapes, and dust and that sort of thing. So this is the best image I could provide for you on the coin as it shows on Great Collections website. But the coin in itself, again, is going to look perfect. It's not going to have a weakness in the cameo contrast. You're not going to have little spots or little moisture marks anywhere on the coin. And this is a coin you can't dip to correct those sort of things because copper is so reactive. You're pretty much going to kill the value of the coin if that was done. But that was the first coin up. The second one, as you see here, is a 1982S. Okay, much like the 81, the 82S is comparatively rare in grades of 69 and 70. Well, not so much 69 because there's quite a few pieces that graded out at 69, but 70 is an absolute unicorn of a coin. Okay, and again, this one's approved 70. This one sold for $2,926.12. Woo! That is that's some huge cheese right there for a 1980s, what I consider a modern era penny. It's a coin that, you know, it's hard to find with any desirable type of cleanliness of the fields and the deep cameo contrast of the devices. And as far as population figures, there's been a total of 2,938 pieces graded by PCGS, in which 21 are assigned a perfect Proof 70 DCAM grade. Again, a really minuscule percentage of coins compared to the whole that actually have the assigned grade of a Proof 70 DCAM. Again, ultra rare. But you guys know that these exist out there and that there are absolute ungodly numbers of sealed mint sets still out there. You can't really say the same about 50s and 60s proof sets and mint sets. Those have been gone through like a fine-tooth comb, but once you get into the 70s and 80s, where people are under the belief that a lot of these are only face value, okay, they're not, you can't get rich off of them unless you have a good eye for detail and you send these individual coins out for grading. The first Proof 70s of the 81S were discovered in the early 2000s. I believe it was 2001, in which a gentleman had submitted a proof coin order of 70 pieces, 8 of which, the 1981S Lincoln set, were assigned a perfect Proof 70 DCameo grade. So that's how this whole ball of wax started. The actual first reported sale of a 81S Lincoln proof set sold, I believe, in 2003, based off of my information, to the tune of $8,000. So the prices have come down, obviously, because there are a little bit more, pieces out there to help fulfill demand. But when you have like the high-end discerning collectors, the registry set assemblers of these type of coins, they will pay all the money in the world to have an example to compete with the other registry sets. So that kind of wraps up everything for this pair of sales. You have over $5,000 between two Lincoln cents from the 80s. It's just let that sink in for a moment, because I've come across dozens of these early 80s proof cents, and none of them were worth a spit to submit. So I can attest to the rarity as far as finding a very clean example of these. But again, checking out those proof sets, they're hidden out there. You might have a relative that might have 10 of these socked away somewhere that they bought during the 80s. The original release price of these things were $11, so they were an affordable kind of like entry gateway to coin collecting. And usually it's a word of mouth thing. One guy buys them and they're like, hey, I bought these, and I see them going up in the future as far as value. So they're grandmas, grandpas, other relatives, jump on the bandwagon, and that's how various people end up with dozens of these sets that were overpriced at the time, and they under-delivered in the expectation of the actual rarity, because they made quite a few of these. But on a singular coin basis, seeing as how grading is the thing today, there are more people that are getting into it. A lot of new collectors and flippers are enjoying the perks to finding stuff like this. Again, it's a test of endurance as far as, what, I'm going to submit 50 coins. There's a chance that maybe none of them come back at that top tier pop grade. But you know what? You have to spend money to make money. It's kind of a hard pill to swallow sometimes, but with these type of coins, there's no other way. So I want to thank you guys again for joining in. Again, greatcollections.com. Stay tuned for those auction numbers for the individual listings. Please hit like if you enjoy the content today. Subscribe, Blue Ridge Silverhound, and importantly, hit the bell for instant notifications. It's going to be down below the video. You will gain access to all the newest content as they're made available. I want to thank you guys again. Love you guys. Keep on the hunt and enjoy coin collecting like I do. See you later, guys. Have a good one.